Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we have tonight is breaking out of the Supreme Court. They have decided not to intervene in the Illinois assault weapons ban case. Now, this is a wet blanket over here, and there's opportunity over here. We're going to break it all down right now and show you what's been going on with the SCOTUS this year since they made the Bruen decision. There's a lot to break down. Everything will be linked into the description box below. Make sure you let me hear what you guys think in the comments field and send this one out. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And with that, this content is brought to you by USCCA. Now, the United States Concealed Carry Association is an organization dedicated to the lawful concealed carry firearm owner. This is all about avoiding danger, keeping their family safe, and being prepared for the worst case possible. Just some of the information that they bring forward and some of the lessons you can learn: how to properly store your firearm and how to prepare for a plan in the worst case scenario, how to access that firearm and use it sufficiently, and also understand and navigate the complex network of all the laws in your state to help keep you most on top of your game. They have a 365 money-back bulletproof guarantee. There's a link in the description box below, and make sure you check it out because they have special little earnings and giveaways per whichever field you choose. And thank you to them for making this content possible. All right, my brothers and sisters, we've got to get into this because the SCOTUS has struck again. As you guys know, last week we had the Illinois assault weapons ban get basically smacked around by the 7th Circuit in a 2-to-1 decision saying that AR bans and assault weapons bans are perfectly constitutional because of XYZ fill-in-the-blank mental gymnastics reasons. I didn't cover the potential outcome of that because I didn't exactly know where it was going to land because I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. And here we are. So they have declined to intervene. And best of all, they didn't say any reason as to why. Now check this out. And then we're going to kind of show you the zoomed out macro version. The Supreme Court refuses to block an Illinois law banning some high-power semi-automatic weapons. This is from the AP. So, of course, they're going to play it down. It's an assault weapons ban. It's pretty much horrible. Now, this came out a couple of hours ago. Washington AP, the Supreme Court on Thursday declined to put on hold a new Illinois law that would ban high-power semi-automatic weapons like the one used in the mass killing of 7 people at the parade in the Chicago suburb. The justices did not comment in refusing an emergency appeal from a gun rights group and others. Now, this is the piece that I don't really like. Why would you not even leave a reason as to why you won't grant any type of stay? Like, explain that to me, because we've had a lot of ATF actions that have been struck down by the 5th Circuit, and the SCOTUS immediately put a stay on it. Why are you not putting a stay here? Is that because there's no perceived issue? Like, what's going on here? Because it sure seems like they issued the Bruen decision. They get all these laws that are striking down unconstitutional gun laws, and then when they make their way up against the ATF, it's, well, let's not be hasty. Let's not be crazy. Let's let the thing play out. There's a stay until we figure out the entire lawsuit. However, on the other side of the coin, when you're challenging an overreach of an assault weapons ban, we're just not going to get into it. Yeah, meh. I don't really see what's going on here because this is not the first time this happened. We're about to get into this in a second, but just to show you I'm not making this up. Last month, a 3-judge panel of the 7th District U.S. Court of Appeals voted 2-to-1 in favor of the law, refusing a request by gun rights groups to block it. The Illinois Supreme Court separately upheld 4-3 on a separate decision in August. Well, of course they did because it's Illinois, duh. But here's the thing that really irks me, and this kind of builds into what I was just saying, not only the ATF stuff, but also the other requests they've denied. This is from October. Supreme Court refuses to reinstate the Missouri SAPA law. So the SAPA, the Second Amendment Preservation Act, yet they didn't intervene to protect that one. Okay, well, that's kind of odd. So let's go back to January. Supreme Court leaves New York handgun restrictions in force. Now we're talking about the sensitive places thing. And again, then you have also the ATF going in saying, please, please don't let the 5th Circuit bad man hurt me. And they grant the stay on the ruling against the ATF. So what's going on? Like, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. If you're going to issue a Bruen decision that says you have to find history, text, and tradition, and then the lower court starts striking down rules that don't have history, text, and tradition, and then when they make it up to SCOTUS, you go, nah. However, when the ATF has laws that are on the books that are executive orders, or excuse me, executive rules, but they're not actual laws written and passed by Congress, signed by the governor. No, let's not get hasty. We don't want to do anything crazy. let's put a pause on that. Oh, by the way, we're also going to take up the Rahimi case, and then we're also going to take up bump stocks. There's a lot of... We're getting mixed signals. We're getting mixed signals, and I genuinely don't really know where it's going to go. Now, however, that's my little soapbox. That's the angry point. Here's what I think, and this is pure conjecture. Here's what I think it leaves you. I think you are looking at the Illinois assault weapons ban that is now sitting right below the SCOTUS level, not doing anything. Then you have Washington coming up right behind it. Then you have New York coming up right behind it. And then you have California coming up right behind it. I think before long, when you have multiple different AR bans and assault weapon bans of varying types and styles in multiple different circuits, I think that's when you're going to see SCOTUS take action on it. But since this is in one circuit and there's already a ruling, they declined it based on the lack of need because not a lot of circuits that are conflicting, because that's what it took for the bump stock ban, which I think is odd because then you had I believe it was the 6th Circuit and the 8th Circuit. Don't quote me on those numbers. It might be the 5th and the 6th. Doesn't matter. The point is they waited until 2 circuits were in conflict and then they resolved it. This one, there's only 1. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's not it. I don't know. Either way, this is a thing. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.